Well, good afternoon, class, and welcome to History 101. This is where we teach you something you probably didn't know about history. And for this particular session, we're going to be talking about McDonald's. Well, not just McDonald's, the McDonald's Filet-o-Fish sandwich. You wonder where it came from? Well, here's your history. Start taking notes. Way back in the 1960s, McDonald's was not a big-time restaurant. Matter of fact, it was overshadowed by 70 different restaurants back at that age. And McDonald's were just getting started, but they were making it available to people who wanted to buy a franchise in their city. And for a certain amount of money, you could buy a franchise and start your own McDonald's in your town. A gentleman by the name of Lou Groen decided to invest everything he had buying his first McDonald's franchise in Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, something he learned. He said during the Lenten season, suddenly people weren't coming into McDonald's to buy his hamburgers. Why? Well, during the Lenten season, some people decided to give up meat for Lent. And then, of course, back in those days in the 60s, couldn't eat meat on Friday if you happen to be Catholics. Turns out apparently there were a lot of Catholics down in the Cincinnati area back in those days. And Mr. Groen was concerned because he thought, man, my restaurant's not going to make it. Can't sell food on Friday because people don't eat meat. So he got concerned and said, wonder if I could make fish. So he said, hey, that might be a good idea. But with McDonald's, you got to take it up to the big head office. Back in those days, it was Ray Kroc. They had to go up and meet with Ray Kroc and said, here's an idea I have. Well, he pitched the idea to Mr. Kroc. Mr. Kroc says, no, man, fish is going to make my restaurant smell like fish. We're a burger joint. Well, Mr. Groen was somewhat dejected, but after he left, the staff around Mr. Kroc says, hey, Mr. Kroc, you got to understand, a lot of Catholics out there can't eat meat on Friday. They have Lent. Can't be done. So he thought about it, and he said, oh, well, okay, how about we have a test? So I've got an idea for something new to add to the menu. We'll test it against Groen's idea for a fish sandwich. They did. And they went to a number of restaurants around the United States and had test runs done. People could choose whether they wanted this or that or whatever. So they tested out a number of restaurants, and it turns out when the test was done, 350 people chose the fish sandwich. And 6 chose the sandwich that Mr. Kroc had created. Now you're saying, wait a minute, what did he create? He created what he called the Hula sandwich. Yep, that's what it was called. The Hula sandwich at McDonald's. What was a Hula sandwich? A slice of pineapple that would have been grilled on one of their grills, and you slap it on a bun, you put a slice of cheese on top, and you serve it instead of a meat. That was the Hula sandwich that Mr. Ray Kroc came up with against Mr. Groen's fish sandwich. Mr. Groen had 350, Ray Kroc had 6. Well, obviously the Hula went away. Fish sandwich didn't. Then the concern was, well, how do we get fish in here so we can have it taken care of? Turns out there's fishing fleets in the northern areas. The fish they were looking for is pollock. Pollock is the main fish in the McDonald's fish sandwich. Turns out there were a fleet of fishing that had huge, big boats. On the top part of the boat, they would haul in the pollock. Down the bottom part of the boat was a complete factory, cutting up the fish, gutting it, cleaning it up, and literally cutting it into squares, packing it in boxes, and freezing it right there on the ship. So by the time the ship hit the dock, they got the fresh food. It was done. So that's how the old fish sandwich got started at McDonald's. Now, is it healthy? Well, it's got 390 calories. It's got 16 grams of protein. And it turns out it is one of the most popular sandwiches at McDonald's, especially on Friday, especially during Lent, and when people want something other than a hamburger. So now you know the fish sandwich got its start in Cincinnati, Ohio, and a franchise owned by Mr. Lou Groen, who proposed fish, and Ray Kroc decided he wanted to have a Hula Burger, pineapple, grilled on a bun with a slab of cheese. Which would you eat? Now you know the history of the fish sandwich at McDonald's, and that's it for today's class lecture. There will be a test.